Hello and welcome to another episode of Convos and Chill. Tonight is gonna be a special night because we're gonna be looking at a new talent from around the world that he was part of the scene, but I met him through like other connections, and I met him in like occasion that he was playing a set in. I still don't recall the place, but it was somewhere in the IFC. It was one of these open mics, and his type of music, his band called Women and Savages. Sorry about my English mistakes here and there. And the band is like a art rock band, and the music is just crazy. They have like, in my opinion, they have like a touch of mainstream, but mixed up with like heavy rock, as in not like heavy rock, like deep, dark, ambient type of thing. But you know what? Enough talking. I should not be explaining all this thing. And the guest for tonight is Adil Azhar Bhatty from the band Women and Savages. And before jumping to the main topic, I want to thank everyone who tuned in. Thank you very much for tuning in. It means the world to me. And this show is about me and my guests clicking on topics that we share the same interests, and we talk about it over a cup of tea. So, before jumping to the main topic, I want to do the announcement that I'm going to be announcing the winner for the first giveaway, which is a signed copy from Nerve Cell, their album Past, Present, Torture from 2017, signed by the man himself, Barney Ribeiro. So it's gonna be a very, very, how to say, dear thing to my heart, because Barney helped me out with this. And thank you very much, Barney, if you're watching. If you're gonna watch this later on, thank you very much for your help and your that shows your kindness. And you're one of the pioneers in the scene. And thank you very much. And again, if whoever is watching, please do me a favor, or do yourself a favor. Share some love with us. Share this video with your friends. Share it on your timeline. Let them know about this community and this page so we can make more content for you guys. Without any more further ado, that's just the wrong sentences I'm using. Without wasting any more time, this is my good friend Adil Azhar Bhatty. Adil, how you doing, man? How's everything?
Hey Ahmed, what's up? Thank you so much for having me on your show. I've been watching a few episodes, and like it's a huge honor to be on the 20th fucking episode.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna swear a lot during this, so like we do.
Yeah, you can swear, just like keep it on the F words, not the C words or the N words.
Oh no! I don't. No, racism. No.
Yeah, we don't want to get
No.
this video flagged, man.
Dude, I don't even touch that shit, man. Like swearing for the sake of swearing is one thing. Swearing to hurt people is like
that's
fucking,
a different
yeah,
story.
exactly. No, I'm not gonna hit. And also, like when you said we're gonna have a cup of tea, I wish you told me this a bit earlier on, because I made myself like my own personal moonshine, so I might just.
That's good, man. Whatever is your like what they say, whatever floats your boat, man.
It's gonna sink my boat.
That's good, man. I mean, with me, I do tea a lot, as I was telling you off air. Like after this whole Ramadan type of thing, I just became a very heavy tea drinker. And we got my girlfriend in the house that commenting with hearts. Thank you, babe. Thank you for joining us for the show. And Adil, how you been coping up with this circus, the freak show of that called pandemic?
Man, I wish the COVID was as fun as a pandemic would normally be in a fucking movie, in which there's zombies outside or there's like mutants outside and you have to avoid them. You fucking stock up on chainsaws and you get your guns and you got your tanks that you stole from the army. Don't tell this to the army. And then like, you got all this shit going on, but it's nothing like that. It's just like, stay inside, don't go outside. You'll get a really bad cough and then you'll die. Fuck that shit, man. Okay. This is the stupidest, most mundane, playing a video game on easy mode level fucking virus you could possibly get, and
playing a game on easy mode. Wow, man, that's very, like, I don't know, man. That's very, you're putting it in a very simple words, man. But again, I mean, there were people affected by this thing, as in like they lost their jobs.
People are losing their lives, man. We have 6 million cases. We have hundreds of thousands of people dying from this. I'm just saying, the kind of way that this is happening, like this has completely like changed the way we looked at what a pandemic might have been like. It is because the reason so many people aren't taking it seriously is one because they don't think it exists because they're stupid, and number two is because they think, oh, if I'll just get a cough, because a lot of people have convinced them that it's just like a normal flu. But the thing is, the body is used to dealing with the flu, right? And we have vaccines as well, even though like the virus strain changes because evolution, but like this is something that's not meant for humans. Like the coronavirus was never meant for humans, and now we're fucking getting this virus and we can't deal with this, and people are fucking dying, man. I know people's relatives, like my friends' relatives that are passing away, like they're dropping like flies, and people are still not taking it seriously. If you go to any city in Pakistan and you head outside, people are fucking walking like nothing happened, no one's wearing their masks, and you're just like, fuck, we're all gonna die.
Yeah, man, exactly. Some people, they really don't care. It's like they really don't care. Like that's the weird part that I don't understand. As in, like, dude, there is some certain rules and regulations. I mean, it's for your own safety, but why the hell not? You know. But some people, they believe that this is a hoax.
They do. They think this is something made by either the New World Order, or it's made by the Chinese to control like the market, make money off the vaccine, or like the United States made this in a laboratory. Like there's so many theories out there. And so people are just like, conspiracy theorists. They're like, nah, this doesn't exist. I'm gonna go to a pool party.
So what happened? Did it affected your line of job, or how was it for you?
It did, because I went to Toronto to do my master's in audio production and artist management, and like literally 3 weeks into going there, my school was starting. Everything closed. The whole fucking country went on a like countrywide
like lockdown. Yeah,
exactly. School was postponed, and my school doesn't have online classes because obviously when you study production, you need to be there in the studio, right? So I didn't even have online classes, and because of while I was there, I was spending more money because you need to pay rent, you need to pay for electricity, you need to pay your phone bill, and I'm not making any money, and I can't even get a job. Because the government, like, they've closed all their offices, so you can't get your SIM card number and like apply for a job. I had to come back to Pakistan, so now I'm just like waiting till November. And because of whatever the fuck is going on, I've also started working on like music that is very along the lines of what kind of stresses and issues the pandemic is causing to people. And I was working on an EP before that, which was called Vicious, Wicked, Wonderful, which is about how like humanity is going forward technologically, because we're getting more advanced than we've ever been ever.
Exactly.
Like,
yes.
But at the same time, like in terms of our societal norms, we're still in the fucking Stone Age with how we treat people and how we treat issues. And technology just gives you a whole new way to exploit people and just make people's lives harder. And this is...
So regarding the music, you mentioned, okay, you're busy with the whole music thing, like you're active on that category. So what you been up to on the whole music department? You were writing your own stuff, or like doing client stuff, or what was it?
I like before I went to Canada, I was doing stuff for me and for clients. I was working with artists and making music for them. I worked with the Nescafe Basement, and that's a popular Pakistani music show in which we get like millions of views per episode. So that was a huge deal for me.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was an audio engineer for that as well. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And that was that. I got paid. Can you imagine? I got paid $300 to work for 6 months for that show.
Only $300?
$300. Yeah.
That's like peanuts, bro.
It's peanuts. Like you know what? I lost money working on that show. I had to put in like $200 of my own dollars just to fucking work on that episode, like show. But it was so fucking worth it. And like it was like just an amazing experience. And then after that, I've worked with a few clients for like brands like Coca-Cola, Pepsi on musical projects. And
are you talking about Coke Studio?
No, we worked on a song for Coke Studio called Hum Ek Hain, which was for like the cricket league.
Okay.
And because cricket is fucking huge over here, so you have to make almost everything for cricket. So we did that. And I was making music for a few clients as well. And those clients, like, their songs did really well. So I was really proud of that. But then I had a talk with my mentor, and he's like, Adil, what the fuck are you doing? Why aren't you making your own stuff? He's like, I need to make money. He's like, you can keep on making fucking money, but then you'll never get out as an artist. So you have to balance that shit out. And that's when I that's when I released Devilman, actually. I took a year and a half off from making music, and then I finally released Devilman, which became one of my most popular songs to date. So I was really happy. But it's a 9-minute fucking song, so I'm surprised anyone listened to it.
Which we're going to be playing during this episode. We're going to be showcasing your stuff, and you're going to be like explaining what was the thought process behind it, and what was the whole ideology and the concept, and how you guys were going for it.
Yeah.
So we got Alsan Shazia. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Alsan Shazia. I don't know if it's a he or a she. Oh,
it's a she. Hey, Shazia, what's up? Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, she's saying, hey, Adil. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please share the video with your friends, share it on your timeline so we can get more traffic in the page. So yeah, on the segment of, you were talking about doing music and stuff. So basically you are planning to become that full-time musician, as like, you want to follow it as a career and make it your life. So far you've been stuck in some area of the world that it's kind of like very, how to say it, it's kind of stingy when it comes to what's the word that I'm trying to, like, they don't pay attention to talent in a way that
they don't respect the arts. We have a really rich like cultural history when it comes to our music and our art scene, but the moment the religious clerics and the extremists started having a voice, and obviously when our education system is so fucking poor, the only place people can actually send their kids are madrasas, where basically they only teach you the Quran. No, they're not schools. They only teach you the Quran, and they beat the shit out of you. That's all they do.
Is like the word madrasa in Arabic or in Persian, it means school.
Well, over here the madrasas are a bit different. They just teach you about the Quran.
Okay.
And they just beat the shit out of you, and then you grow up to be a very hateful person that just enforces religion like it's some sort of very
well, each one has their own beliefs. I mean, each country, as in like, that's another different, it's a very broad topic. I mean, you need very like-minded people to understand what you want to go through, to understand what you've been through. But as in what I meant is that even here in the UAE, as in like they still, there's no that establishment of understanding for the whole rock/metal music still is not there. Like, they will never risk it. I mean, there was some occasions that they were trying to bring international bands that they got closed down because of some people going and informing, and telling the police about the whole thing, like, oh, these are the satanic bands and they got bringing for some rituals and shit. Like, a lot of things. We faced a lot of things back in the days, and it was really crazy. That's what I meant. Like, our countries, they don't accommodate us with this whole talent that we try to present. Is just a different way. I don't know how we can get through them. You understand where I'm going with this? I talk too much.
And no, that's completely fine. I think it's the same story that if you'll always want to control something, right? And like when it comes to, I think a lot of like the extremism in religion, you forbid yourself from doing so much that inside you like there's just a lot of stability instead of peace of mind, like instability, and you start losing your mind and you look for more things. You see people enjoying themselves, and for some reason it pisses you off. And like whether it's in a form of expression like the arts, like rock and roll music, like metal music, you're like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I can't let this happen, like I don't get to enjoy myself. Why the fuck is this person enjoying themselves? So you just go and you're like, no, don't do this shit. Be miserable like me. Like, that's not, they're never going to admit to it and say that, no, I'm not stopping them because I don't like it. I'm stopping them because, my religion forbids it. And that is your own interpretation of your religion.
Well,
which is
Exactly, man. That's like one of the those. That's exactly why I said it's a broad topic to talk about, and it has a lot of other things to, you know, take note. So you know what? Let's forget about all this hibbity jibbity. I call it hibbity jibbity, as in really doesn't make any sense. You know.
It really
So
doesn't. And the thing is, like, I'm not an expert in the matter, so I don't want to go down a path that
yeah,
I don't,
exactly. Yeah,
am not,
exactly.
I'm not, not properly informed about.
So let's take it back to your music. And can you tell us when was the first introduction to music? Was it from the family side, or how was it? How you got into this whole audio engineering category?
Like audio engineering, I never like gave a thought about. I started out wanting to be a guitar, like not even wanting to be a guitarist. Like playing guitar was just a really good hobby for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up with like my uncle showing me bands like Rage Against the Machine, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, Alice in Chains, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like all these like amazing bands that were just had the best guitarists, like fucking Guns N' Roses. And you have like guitarists like Tom Morello and Slash, and you know they just fucking blow your mind. Jerry Cantrell, Kim Thale, and I just wanted to learn. Like I saw my uncle play "Sweet Child of Mine" on the guitar, and I was like, you know, he played the solo and everything. I was like, I need to learn how to do this so badly. And then eventually, like I think my mom started putting me in guitar lessons. I hated them initially because she was sending me for lessons, and the dude was trying to teach me some weird fucking Pakistani like pop songs that I really, really didn't like at all. And I was like, fuck this, I'm going home. And you know what? She sent me and my brother both, and we both stopped playing guitar because we hated those lessons so much. And then 3 years later, I started playing the guitar on my own. And 5 years, like I think 5 to 6 years later, my brother started playing the guitar on his own, and now we're both like guitarists and we fucking love it. And then it was when I was 15, I think, that my uncle introduced me to Radiohead,
Mm-hmm.
and I heard the song Street Spirit and like the guitars and the vocals and the songwriting, and I was fucking blown away. And I was like, I need to learn how to sing. Because this dude, like, I thought singing was something you were born with, and I was like, I can't do that shit. That's fucking impossible. Because you hear these people with like fucking monumental vocals that shape your childhood and like get you through the teen angst and like even your adult life when you want to kill yourself from your 9 to 5 job. You just listen to this music and you're like, fuck, you know, it just fucking blows your mind. And then when you know that it is attainable, like that's when I start singing. And I'm gonna be very honest, for the first, I think 5 to 6 years of me trying to sing, I gave a lot of people headaches and I made people say, fuck no, you can't sing. And I
Mm-hmm.
can't blame them because I sounded like shit when I first started singing. And I just like I started practicing every day. I was like, no, I have to get this shit right. And
So
then
did you take any
eventually,
classes like for vocals?
I started taking online lessons. Like there's this dude called Brett Manning who's taught people like the Leona Lewis and Haley, what's her face? Haley from Paramore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Haley Williams from Paramore, and like I started doing his lessons, and like I started seeing an improvement in my vocals, and that's why I started being able to hit notes and you know stay in tune, and then I started like practicing more on that and started going higher, and then eventually I was like, okay, you know, maybe I can sing. I just need to keep at it. And then eventually, Woman and Savages was formed a long time later, though, because when I started singing, I could finally start writing songs. And when I started writing songs, I was like, yeah, I want to do this for a living. Because before that, I wanted to be a doctor, which was like a complete fucking different shift from that. Can
Yeah.
you imagine? I wanted to be a fucking neurosurgeon, and I
Well,
just went
actually,
all
that's
the
not a
way.
bad. That's not a very bad choice. You know.
It, you know, as an idea, anyone can say, yeah, doctor's a great fucking profession. You study that shit, dude, you'll want to kill yourself at least once every week. Because that's fucking mental strain. You need to have the brain to study medicine. And I do not have the brain to study medicine. You need to be like such a fucking focused and dedicated individual to actually pursue, you know, a career in medicine that I could not do that. And I found, you know, a huge love for music. And I was like, this is something that I'm good at. And the moment I realized, okay, you know what? I know my shit. So I just dove into that, started writing songs. And for a long time, people said, you're shit. You can't do it. You know, that's the great example of like being brought up in Pakistan is everyone tells you you're shit. And it doesn't stop. And I just like fucking went along with like people calling me shit. I was like, okay, I'm shit. But I kept practicing. I kept getting better. And eventually, like, when I finished high school, I was like, I need to fucking, you know, go study this. And I applied to SAE in Dubai and I got in on a scholarship, 30%. That's the first time I ever produced, you know, because they were like, send us like 7 to 8 productions. And I just downloaded like Audacity. Can you believe I made my first ever productions, like 8 songs on fucking Audacity?
Man, so many people use that software. So many people.
Audacity is great if you want like vocal recordings for like an interview or something, but to actually use
like
that,
podcasts and stuff like this, it really works very well.
Imagine using that as a fucking music production software, like holy shit.
And awesome. You know what? How to pronounce her name?
It's just awesome, Shazia. Tiger, Devilman, Contra, and Submarine. Hey, thank you so much.
She's showing love for these songs. Yeah, man, dude. Talking about those songs, I mean, we're gonna be putting them and we're gonna show them in the session. Dude, my favorite is Demonizer. Like, I really dig that song. I mean, even last night I contacted. I was like, you know, setting up the whole, like the whole program and stuff. Like, I was setting up my stuff, and I was like, screw this. I even texted you late. I'm like, dude, I'm putting this song in. It was like too good. It was like really good.
Thank you so much.
Like as I told you, I'm very selective with my music. I don't just go ahead and like, oh my god, it's just because he's my friend or no. I don't follow trends. I don't follow anything like this. For me, I even get shit because of this from my friends. You know, they tell me your music sucks. Like, you just know bands by like on your 10 fingers. You know, and I'm like, dude, I like this music. This music gave me that feeling. It, you know, filled that gap that I needed back in the day. So I'm very proud of fucking like, you know, knowing such music. For me, to be honest with you, music stops at Tool. Like, for me, Tool is finished. Like, music, there is no other person or band or musician that's better than Tool. That's my personal belief that I'm sure I'm like super mistake. Like, you know, it's the biggest mistake of my life, but this is how I feel about it. But with your stuff, as I told you, man, it's like, dude, I feel the dark ambient part of, you know, metal, but it's such a mix with the mainstream vibe that, you know, anyone can listen to it. It actually has the potential to go on radio. It is a bit radio friendly. Like, Submarine is freaking great. I love that song. Like, dude, every time dude, your vocals gives me goosebumps. And I don't know who's the chick on the track. Like, both of you.
My friend Faiza, she's amazing.
Dude, both of you, the voices, they just gives me goosebumps. And you know what?
Thank you so much.
I'm blabbering too much. You know what? Give us an introduction. How you guys came up, or who was the main guy behind Women and Savages? What was the whole concept?
Women and Savages has like I give everyone a different origin story for Women and Savages. Women and Savages, like the most honest one would be like I grew up with a lot of strong women raising me, and they were treated unfairly by both my family and the country I was living in, by just individuals in general, and that just didn't sit well by me. And I was like, fuck this shit. And the name just came out, Women and Savages. And at the time, there was a woman in the band. She's a good friend of mine. She was my lead guitarist. And eventually, like, she had to leave the band because she wanted to pursue other things in life. But she said that, you know, fucking keep this. And I kept the name of the band, and I continued making music with a lot of musicians. And I formed like the band like really properly, like that when I started producing music. This was after university when my girlfriend broke up with me because I needed something to do. And what's like the best time to actually fucking do anything is when someone breaks up with you. That's when you fucking work on yourself.
Okay.
And so like I just watched this movie called Sing Street, which is like one of my most favorite movies of all time now. I fucking love that movie so much. And it just showed these bunch of Irish kids like making music videos and writing original songs, and they made it look so easy. I was like, I want to shoot a fucking music video. And then my friend like Abak was in the country, one of my best friends on the planet, and he's like, bro, I have nothing to do, you know. And I'm like, yo, let's shoot a music video. He says, I have a camera, and that's it. We shot. We just went around, gathered all of our friends, all the people we knew, and we were like, yo, we're shooting a fucking music video. You want to be in it? And they were like, yeah. And I just wrote the concept down. I was like, let's make this about discrimination. We're going to talk about this race and this religion and this gender. And that was one of the best experiences
sorry to
ever.
cut you off. So is it like very is it directed to some certain message, or
It is. It's against people who discriminate in general. It could be anyone. It could be people who are sexist, people that are homophobic, people that involved in religious bigotry, people who are, just straight up racist.
will that all the messages are there in the lyrics as well? As in, is it?
Yep. They're all, if you read through it, you'll notice that it's there. Like, even like if you sing a song, like there's a part in the song that it starts out with like, would you think difference or the same? Please square meals you complain. Brown skin seems to make you sweat, and genders make you shake your head. Fondle all your thoughts with racial pride and rigid sex divide. Beat your wife every time she insists to go outside. Different skin, neat legs, impress her with your daddy's car. Don't even realize your righteous right hand has gone too far. So it's like,
That's Demonizer, yeah?
yeah, that's Demonizer.
Yeah, man. I can't wait till we jump into that video. I mean, I really like listening to that song. So yeah, man, I can get the message, and it's a very powerful concept that you guys going ahead with. And can you tell us where the art section of this comes in?
Ooh, that's really interesting, because one of the artists that I was working with for like, especially the first Woman in Savages EP, is a really good friend of mine, Afra, who I met at my university, and she did artwork for me back then as well. Like the first ever songs I started releasing in university, she was doing the artwork for them. I was paying her, or I was making musical projects for her, and then she would send me projects. Hey, Mustafa, what's up? Sorry, this is a good friend of mine. He's on. And basically, I called Afra back, and I was like, Afra, I'm gonna pay you the big bucks, you know? And she came and she did the artwork, and she blew my mind. You know, she did the artwork for the main cover for In the Nude. She did the artwork for Nude, and she did a phenomenal job. And I am indebted to Afra, because she also did a majority of the artwork for the next EP. She did the artwork for Tiger, the artwork for Psychedelicate, and
I mean, how many EPs you guys have?
we have 2 EPs. The third one is almost out. We have one song left on the third EP. It's called La Bête Noire, which literally is French for the Black Beast, but it's an idiom that means the bane of my existence. And I wrote it about the coronavirus.
Oh, okay.
Because the whole album is about the shit you go through during a pandemic. So like you have songs like Come Feel It, which is about the lack of intimacy you face. You have songs called Jashanda, which is people like looking
I
for
know
like
that. It's a drink, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically how people, like, if you get mildly sick,
I
people
know.
be like, oh, just
that
drink
packet.
Jashanda.
Yeah, I know. It's that
Exactly.
pack, yeah.
Drink Jashanda, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So it's that. Then we have Submarine, which is about, because I wrote Submarine while I was in my cousin's basement, and I couldn't leave the house, so it felt like I was in a submarine. So I just wrote it according to Submarine's about loneliness.
That track is freaking amazing, and I just want to give a shout out to whoever is watching. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Mustafa, awesome.
What's up?
Shazia, and whoever is watching, please do me a favor, share some love with us, and share this video on your timeline with your friends. Tag your friends, let them join in the conversation. Let's have fun together, and let get more traffic to the page. So we were talking about the art section of the band, and you explained a bit about it. And with that comes, is that very related to the music? It is. Like, do you guys have any how to say, did you guys have any obstacles in your way that, okay, maybe the lyrics is reflecting on something, but we cannot really show it in the video? Did you guys have any like these type of obstacles in your way?
Of course, like when you live in a country like Pakistan, like one of the issues when we were shooting for Demonizer was because all the guys, we were all wearing the same tank top, right? So you can see all the markings on our arms and legs, which have like racial slurs and like and insults and like remarks on it, insensitive remarks on it. The first time we were shooting with a friend of mine, dear friend of mine, Nokhez, who's also an artist who's done so much amazing artwork for me. And also a fun fact about Afra, she did the main logo for my band. You know the blue dude with the pink hair?
Is it a dude? I thought it was a woman.
She did that. So she's iconic for that.
I thought that was a chick.
No, it's a dude. That's me.
Okay, but I mean, it's very arcadey. That's why I liked it. You know, it has that feel to it.
This new version was done by my friend Sara Rajpur. She's done the artwork for Devilman as well. And she's also done the artwork for Cybernetic Deer, so she's fucking amazing. The only reason I don't work with her anymore is because she's too expensive now.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I can't afford it.
But again, if an artist and you see that she can portray what you have in your mind, it's actually a good investment, you know.
It is when you have the money. And the thing is, like, if you, like, I'm not gonna shit on her for raising her price, because that's her business. She's like a professional. She has to make as much cash as she thinks she's worth, and she's a graduate now, so she's a working professional, so she can charge as much as she wants. I'm just saying I can't afford her.
Yeah, okay. So what you think we go and watch the Devilman video, and we come back so you can explain about it?
All right, perfect, let's do it.
So we're gonna be playing the Devilman video clip. This is the official music video. You guys enjoy it because we're gonna be enjoying it as well.
Speech. survive. Where is the light? Where is the light? Then again, isn't this what you came for? Came for.
When you look around this world and believe in the goodness but God who rules it. Famine, pestilence, war, disease, and death. They rule this world.
Find me if you feel it, don't ever be cool. Ain't no demon, I'm devil man. Really don't find me if you feel it, don't ever be cool. A demon.
The devil lurks in every man. From the skyscrapers of Manhattan to the beaches of Cape Town. And when the waves pull you in, no one will hear you drown.
And I can feel your pain. It's window I'll let you down. It's a matter of words. Look at you high. Summer night. Don't you cry. Look at you high.
So, Adil, tell us about the video, man. It's a very interesting video, like bunch of a lot of things, man. I mean, we have people commenting "ain't known demon" and
Yeah. No, oh god. This
Iman
song
Mahmoud
is
is in the house. Thank you very much for tuning in. It means the world.
Hey
to us.
Iman, what's up? Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. It means the world.
So yeah, Adil, tell
Devil-
us about Devilman.
Devilman. All right. So Devilman was actually based on an anime, which was a Netflix like sponsored anime called Devilman Crybaby, and it's basically the relationship between humanity, divinity, and demons. When, of course, the king of demons is the devil, and it just like it's just I don't know, the vibe of, if you see the show, the music of that show, the aesthetic. It is just so fucking amazingly well produced that it just inspired me for Devilman because of the themes that were portrayed. One of them was like how women were almost always sexualized in anime, and like used as this character trope that was meant to be saved, get me, by the male protagonist. And I wanted to write a song in which the female saves herself. And Devilman was about a sexual assault survivor who goes through this traumatic sort of episode of the event of the assault, the legal system failing her, and just her going through a spiral of like hopelessness and anger and sadness and grief, and then eventually finding solace in herself. And that's what makes Devilman important, because it is a song about, at the end of the day, it's a song about triumph, and which is why it's important for me. And the different sections of the song represent the different emotions going through a head. Like the surf rock section, for example, is the part of the song where the woman protagonist, she wants revenge, and she imagines revenge, you know. And that's why it's like really like bad. Like the music is very badass, not in the sense I'm saying I'm badass, but in the sense that it's in your art. It's a punch to your face, right? And that's why I never meant for this song to be 9 minutes long, but the moment I started working on it and I got through like the synths, like the verse, I was like, this song is going to be really fucking long. And at that point, since I knew it was going to be long, I was like, fuck this shit, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. And then and that's why this came out as one of my most honest and my most favorite song that I've ever made. So I'm just really glad how it coming out and it doing well.
So I'm just gonna give a shout out to whoever is watching. If you guys have any question for Adil, please note it down in the comment section. So feel free to join the conversation with us. Don't be shy. This Convos and Chill is regarding having a conversation and to have fun together. So join us and tell us what you think about the videos and what's your take on them and stuff like this. And if you have any question, just note it down so Adil can answer them. So Adil, just another question regarding Devilman.
Of course.
Was this a fruit out of your breakup? Your breakup?
A fruit of my breakup? Devilman? To certain extents, Devilman was based off the fact that my ex had undergone harassment. And she told me about it in detail, and also the fact that I was also sexually assaulted. So it was something that I experienced myself, which is why I felt that I could write a song about it. And it's the reason Devilman does exist, is because I don't know it to the extent a lot of women on the planet do, but I do know it to some extent.
For example, sorry to cut you off. If you had the option to film this,
we are going to film it.
Where? Okay, can you give us like a snippet, at least the idea behind it, what you guys going to portray? Is it going to be the same type of?
It's going to be quite different, because it's going to represent 7 characters, all representing different forms of evil, and all intermingling at a party.
Okay, that's weird.
No,
can you give us more details? Can you give us more details, or it's?
Okay, here's still basically the fact that there's like 5 people here. I can. It's about the 7 deadly sins throwing a house party and interacting with the different people at their party, and then there's a magnificent twist towards the end, and it's just about. Well, it's just a very aesthetically pleasing and even disturbing sort of visual aesthetic that goes along with Devilman. Because people get murdered, people are drugged out of their minds, people get thrown off balconies,
So you're trying to put that cinematic feel to it as well. Is that something you're trying to go for?
Yes, exactly.
That's great. Again, that's why I told you, man, I see a different side of the music, as in like, that's why off air I was telling you, just keep doing this, because there's so many, there's too much potential in these things, because I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe the thing is, like, as I told you, I'm not trying to blow smoke off your ass and stuff like this. But dude,
Go for it, man.
I really, really, really dig this stuff, and I told you on several occasions that this stuff is so dope. And I even
Thank you
showed
so
it to a
much.
few of my friends, and they were like, because they're into all this psychedelic stuff, so they were like, man, this is crazy. This is really good. And as I told you,
Thank
it
you
has
so
that potential to become radio friendly. It has that side of it.
I appreciate that. No, I think my song Submarine is the most radio friendly song I've ever
Exactly,
released.
yes. You know what? On that topic, do you want to jump and we watch the Demonizer video?
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
So, everyone, we're gonna be watching another music video from Women and Savages. Why I keep saying women's?
I don't know, man. You just don't pay attention to me.
Yeah, man. I'm bad at. I mean, I'm very bad. I cannot multitask.
It's
And
alright. It's alright.
yeah, so we're gonna watch another official music video from Women and Savages called Demonizer.
What you think different or the same? 3 square meals and you complain. Brown skin seems to make you sweat, and gingers make you shake your head. Thunder all your thoughts with race so bright and rich and sex divine. Beat your wife every time she insists to go outside. If that's getting let's impress her with your daddy's car. Don't even realize your righteous right hand has gone too far. I see you got such stuff full of photos in your hand. And I can heard of those girls who live downtown. Did you get a ticket for how fast you run your mouth? Tell me about people you know nothing about. Youth was always spent trying not to take offense. Crying when I could not pretend. And I don't wanna be your friend. Ask for a hand, stare at our breasts. Layers of clothes, your eyes and dress. Your modest outfit just don't fool. Doesn't have the outline of your tool. Pointing fingers at the religion, deny that you have ever sinned. Just by the color of the skin, victim by gender, not him. She asked for it, I saw her smile. Let's put minorities on trial. Or blame the whites for everything. Bigots only have their skin. I see you guys are stuff full of photos in your house. And I can heard of those girls who live downtown. Did you get a ticket for how fast you run your mouth? Tell me about people you know nothing about. Youth was always spent trying not to take offense. Crying when I could not pretend. And I don't wanna be your friend.
So, Adil, I'm sure that you directed this video as well, so please explain. This is one of the songs that I really dig, and I told you last night, last minute, I'm gonna be adding this to the session. So please
Okay.
elaborate over it, man.
This was the first Woman in Savages song ever,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also the first music video that I've ever done, and that's why I'm so fucking proud of it. Because I did this based on a movie I saw called Sing Street, in which a bunch of Irish kids that found a camera made a fucking music video like for each one of their songs that they released, and I was like, if they can do it, why the fuck can't I do it?
Exactly.
And so like my friend Abak was in the country, and I just hit him up, and I was like, dude, we need to make some fucking music, bro. We need to make some fucking music.
Why
then
you
he's
sound
like, yes,
Italian?
because when you're really emotional, you need to like reach down and find it's me, Mario. So
yeah, you were saying.
yeah.
You guys made the music for this.
we made the I made the music for Devilman like in September, I think 2016. I think the same year I graduated. This was immediately after I broke up with my girlfriend, and I was like, I need something to do so badly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just angry at the world, and I was angry with everything wrong in the world, so I just made this song, and I was really proud of it. And I met a friend of mine, Nokhez, who's an amazing artist. She did the artwork for this. She did the artwork for Freaks and Crush as well. So she did a phenomenal job. And she was also supposed to star as the female, like in this, the girl in this music video, but she couldn't do it because she could not show her like shoulders.
Oh, okay, yes.
So that's a really Paki problem, where the girl can't afford to show as much skin as the guys. Which is really
that's
funny.
basically that's what I was trying to say in the beginning of the session. It's like, it's hard for them to understand. So it's something very culture based and tradition based, and it's gonna take time till we establish that and becomes a norm.
I agreed, and that's why we used the sister of one of my close friends, Menaz. Her name was Zib. She played the I say the female, like I have never seen a woman before in my life, but like
which that's exactly the opposite of your band's name.
Exactly. So the woman, like the person who played the woman, I love that you take on society and the important issues we all face through your music and your art, especially when it's so. Oh, thank you so much, Iman. Really appreciate that, and that's why I tried to portray it through Demonizer as well. Is that was the first step Woman in Savages was going to take. Is that it makes it clear that this band is about issues. Like we are about things that make people feel uncomfortable and that cause people, pain. And it's about perseverance as well. It's not just about like, oh, look at all this bad shit. It's about shit that you have to get through and shit that you have to fight back against.
So
that's what.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And that's what Demonizer was definitely about, right?
So I'll just read the comment again, just in case, because you read it so fast. I love that you take on society and the important issues we all face through your music and your art, especially when it's so hard to do that in Pakistan. That's exactly, Iman. I really agree with you, as that's what me and Adil we agreed on. It's just our culture and our it just doesn't allow it, or it's it's that thing, we don't know how to go about it. It just takes that minimum effort of understanding that some people are not willing to do. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Adil,
It's not that it's not so much that people aren't, willing. It's that they've been brainwashed to think that doing so is wrong. Get me? And if you grew up according to a certain way of thinking, like it's really hard for someone to explain, like tell you to your face, listen, your life is a lie. And you'll be like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? No, I've had these values for years. They've never let me down before. It's like maybe because you never had interaction with different people before, right?
Exactly.
And that's the real game changer is exposure. And unfortunately, not everyone has the luxury of exposure. Although we all have exposure to Western media thanks to YouTube and social media. But like we live in an age where, like I think Filthy Frank said this, where ignorance is a choice. and people are still choosing ignorance.
Yeah, man, I completely agree with you. It's just, for me, it's hard to have that conversation with someone that they're not even willing to listen. You know, it's just hard to communicate with them. It's just, in my opinion, it's a waste of time, waste of their time, you know, not my time. Because if someone needs your help, if someone wants to understand a new thing, then they will put the effort and, you know, they will
Exactly.
actually take the first step. But this is a very sensitive topic that, you know what? Let's jump into the rapid fire game section. What you think about that?
Okay, sure, let's fucking do it.
So, just a note for the people who are still watching. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please share this video with your friends on your timeline and let them know about the page, and let this community become stronger and we can put more content like this for you guys.
Oh, it's Khan. It's Khan.
Khan,
Oh,
what's
God,
up, Khan? Khan is one of my old school friends from 2007. When I started playing shows in Dubai, he was one of the pioneers in the scene. Thank you very much, Khan, for showing up. That means the world to me, man. So you're here in the best part, bro. So we're gonna be doing the rapid game round. So Adil, I will give you a rundown of the rules. I will give you two options, and you can choose which option you want, and you can elaborate on your choice why you chose that answer.
Of course.
You're good to go?
Of course. I'm good to go. Let's do it.
First one, and by the way, whoever is watching, please join us in this conversation and put your choice in the comment section. Let's have fun together. So the first one is Ed Sheeran or James Arthur.
The thing, I haven't heard James Arthur. It would have to be Ed Sheeran.
Oh, really? You didn't hear James Arthur?
I've not heard
Dude,
James Arthur. No.
Please check him out. He is
I
a
will.
great musician. So moving on, Queens of the Stone Age or Nine Inch Nails.
Queens of the Stone Age. I love Nine Inch Nails. I love the work Trent Reznor does on films as well. He's an amazing composer. But Queens of the Stone Age has fucking shaped my music to such a huge extent, from my singing style to my songwriting style, that I can't just not look the other way. And like Clockwork is like one of my most favorite albums of all time.
And Khan is saying, love Adil's music, keep going, brother.
Oh God, I love Khan. Khan, you have no idea. I found you on Facebook because we have mutual friends, and I just saw you, and I was like, I love this man.
Dude, Khan,
And
by the way, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Like, and then I checked all your stuff, and I was just like, I just love this dude so much, because first of all, like your stuff with like Sounds of Nomads is fucking amazing, and like even the covers you do, holy fucking shit. Like Khan is like, I never knew Khan existed. My cousin actually knows you, Khan. His name is Ali Tahir, and he just says me, Khan is like the most intense looking fucking Jason Momoa looking ass dude there is.
Yeah,
but he's one of the sweetest fucking guys on the planet, which is just awesome.
Very down to earth dude. And on that topic, if you guys like, by the way, go down to Khan's page, Sound of Nomads. If you guys dig his stuff, please join in and try to go through his Patreon subscriptions, see which subscription is suited for you, so you can help the content and you can help him out with doing more stuff for the society and for the scene, because the guy is a great singer and he's a great artist, sweetheart dude, and he deserves all the attention. So please do yourself a favor and go down to his page, Sound of Nomads, on Instagram and Facebook, and check his, and he has a website, soundofnomads.com. Go to the page and see what Patreon subscription suits you. And Adil, shall we move on?
Yeah, let's move on. Let's go.
The next one is Beck or The Doors.
Oh, Beck, easy Beck.
Oh, I remember the first time I met you, you were a big guy, you know.
You know, man. You know it's Beck. And I still love Beck because Beck is just so fucking diverse with his music, right? The Doors were iconic in their day. I think Beck stands the test of time. Like, he just keeps switching it up every album. And he just fucking blows me away with how, like, this dude's 50 now and he keeps switching it up. And his music is always relevant. I fucking love that. Any musician that can stand the test of time, continue to make albums, continue to keep blowing you away with like musical diversity and like incredible songwriting and production. You know, they're fucking A. I love them.
I get it. And Shazia she chose Ed Sheeran for the first option. That's great, man. Guys, let it come in, and that sounded so wrong. I mean, let your comments come in and choose. I mean, join us with your answers. So moving on, dark or uplifting music?
Dark, always dark, because dark music makes sense when the uplifting music doesn't. Because uplifting music is just music. It's not music that you normally have to think about. Get me?
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of music that you just lay down and then it's playing and then you absorb it, as opposed to dark music, which is like fucking therapy for you, and it's therapy for the soul, and it's there for you at your most pivotal moments, right? Because it's easy to be there for you when you're already feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult to be there for a person who's going through hell, and I think we've all been through hell, especially if we're rock musicians.
Mm-hmm.
You need some sort of trauma to become a rock musician. But yes, dark music for the win.
And Shazia saying both.
That's fine as well. Like, balance is great.
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, dude, as I told you off air, like if I want to chill, like during the day, I will just blast some reggae. Like reggae gives me that vibe, as in, like, you know, if the world is burning, I'll like, you know what, screw it. I just gonna have fun. This is so positive. I don't want to leave this fucking circle, you know.
Reggae Shark.
Reggae Shark. That song is dope. So
I love that song.
yeah, man. Moving on. The next one, just like I want your personal answer, okay?
All right.
I'm the main dude, or I can work with others.
I can work with others, and a lot of times when I work with others, I make sure that they stand out, especially if I'm doing collaborations.
Mm-hmm.
The emphasis is obviously on making the song sound like as good as it can. It's also on making sure that there is a good focus on the person that I'm working with, especially if they're collaborating with me. Then, like, it is important for me to put them ahead and make them shine in that song.
What
So
about?
it is important.
Okay, let's take it in this way. What about Women and Savages?
Women and Savages. I love the collaborator, like the collaboration impact of working. I don't always have the.
Why you
I don't.
sounded like this, man?
If you're trying to be racist to me, brother, it is
No.
not the right place to do this. We are full. I am South Asian. I can do this. You cannot do this. Okay,
Dude,
so just watch it.
Dude, no one can be more. We are like me. I'm half Arab and half Persian. It's like I can't be racist. It's just like I'm just absorbing every racial slur that is on the fucking entire world, man. It's just like I'm in the middle. I'm in the spotlight, man. Sorry if it came wrong. I just wanted to, you know, make
No.
a joke.
See, you can make if you're going to make the South Asian joke, I can. You just as you make the I have American passport. You cannot talk to me like this, my friend. You cannot talk to.
And Khan is saying, haha, my regards to Ali Tahir, ace guitar player too. Adil, great to see you, brother. Hopefully see you in person at a gig someday. Dirty, stay dirty. Oh man, thank you, dude. Khan, thank you very much for dropping by. It means the world to me, man. I
Thank
hope
you
to
so
see
much,
you
Khan.
soon as well, bro. So, okay, so you can work with other people, so that's good. So moving on, purely rock or fusion?
Fusion always, man. I can't stick to one genre for too long, otherwise they'll blow my brains up. My mind works in the sense that if I listen to something for too long, I'll immediately hate it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why even when I'm working on a song, if it doesn't switch up or change anytime soon, I'm just going to be like, I need to throw this away.
Mm-hmm.
It is crucial to like almost any song I make to have a fusion element in it.
Oh.
So pure rock is like, I can always make a song that's like a punk rock song,
Mm-hmm.
like a rock and roll song. But after that, I'll be like, okay, I got that out of my system. Now I need to make music that's a bit more, you know, it's a combined effort between different genres, not just the one.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
Because it bores me.
So, okay, moving on. The next one is, okay, this is the last one for this section. Then we're going to come back to this rapid fire game section later on in the show. The last one for now is raw sounds or
Alright.
modernized sounds.
Raw sounds or modernized sounds? Are you talking about like electronic music versus acoustical music, like using actual
Do
instruments?
you prefer to record your sound like mic'd up from the amp, or like, you know, I'm talking about that style of raw sound, or you like to go DI?
It depends on what I'm recording. Honestly, the best way to record sounds for guitars
Mm-hmm.
is using amplifiers, miking an amplifier with a dynamic microphone. If you're recording drums, you use mic kit, drum kits. You use different like microphones for the snares. If you're recording bass, though, it's always good to use like first of all pedals and cabinets and stuff like that. But I think DI works best for bass, in my opinion.
And what but your stuff is mostly like DI, yeah? You didn't record.
Yeah, I don't have the luxury to record everything because I don't have the kind of studio space required to record. You need to have the luxury to not record DI, get me? Not all of us have that. And I work the best with what I have. And I don't have, first of all, I don't have enough microphones or dynamic microphones to mic up my amplifier to record. I don't have quite enough space to record guitars like that. So I have to go DI. I just plug through to the amp, and then from the amp to the to my processor, my sound card, and then that's straight to the laptop.
And okay, we're talking about recording, and let's take it this way. What is your top 3 influences, like in any genre, like a music, because music is a universal language. Like the top 3 artists that had the most major influence on your music?
Radiohead, Queens of the Stone Age, and Arctic Monkeys, I would like to say.
And
because
tell me.
Queens of the Stone Age, because they've just released phenomenal albums that are just so incredibly well done in terms of songwriting. And I think they're the quintessential rock band. Like, they're my most favorite rock band, like rock band.
Yeah, but you know that even though you know that they were not rock. I mean, they're still not rock.
Yeah, they're stoner rock, alternative rock, they're progressive, they're a bit of everything. I think any band that's a purely rock band they're just like dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know that
like,
you know the guy
interested in that?
Yeah, you know the main guy from Queens of Stone Age was in his previous band called Caius. Have you heard Caius?
Yeah, Caius was a dirty ass band, man. That was like quintessential, like,
dude, Caius is
stoner rock.
Dude, Caius is my jam, man. I really dig that type of stuff. As in, like, you know, this whole stoner feel to it is just like, you know, it's just heavy and like raw.
Sorry,
and
kind of
stuff like
froze for a
this.
second.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was saying, like, Caius has that raw feel to their music, and it really gets me every time I listen to. So you know what?
Caius sounds like it was recorded in a dumpster. Go on.
Well, that's good, man. That's good. So you know what? Okay, so Queens of Stone Age, Arctic
Monkeys.
Arctic
And the
Monkeys.
reason I love the reason I love Arctic Monkeys is because they keep fucking switching it up. With each album, it's a different sound. Their songwriting is always on point. There's almost never a boring song on an Arctic Monkeys album. And then they released the new fucking album, Tranquility Base, Hotel and Casino. That just pissed me off because it was so mundane. After 5 years of waiting, you get an album that mediocre. AM is amazing because it had the song that got me into them, which was Do I Wanna Know? And then I just went back, you know, throughout their catalog, and I just like loved every album because it was so amazing.
And here we have Mustafa agreeing with me. He's saying Caius and 3 Hearts. I love you.
Mustafa and I have like almost the exact same taste in music, except he knows more bands than I do, and he probably listens to a lot more shit than I do.
Yeah, man.
He's a old friend of mine.
Recording it like Shazia is like.
And then finally, there's what's the place? Arctic Monkeys. There was
Radiohead and
Radiohead is my most favorite band of all time. Radiohead has been incredible since 1991, and they've been making music for goddamn 29 years, almost 30 years now.
That's one band that I couldn't get into that much, and the second band that I never got into, I just like listened to them, and I have few classic songs that I like to listen to. I mean, whenever someone is playing it, and that's Iron Maiden.
Ah, okay, I get that. No, Iron Maiden is that band where you'll always know the few hits they have because they're pretty fucking
exactly.
awesome.
That's the only things that it gets my eye from Iron Maiden. I've never been like an Iron Maiden freak or like, oh man, like, you know. It's just the classics. And Shazia is saying recorded in dumpster. She's just like quoting you.
Yes. No, but that's true, guys. If you listen to their album, it sounds like it was recorded in a dumpster while a raccoon was like smuggling through looking for something to eat.
So, you know what? Because I'm gonna be playing the submarine video. So, can you give us like a pre-introduction to the video?
Ah. The video was me using stock footage. A lot of it. It was supposed to make you feel like you were underwater. Because a lot of the sound design elements I did for the song, this song relied like so strongly on sound design elements.
The song is beautiful, man. The song is super beautiful.
Thank you so much. And this song is actually based on something I wrote on the guitar. It was meant to be on guitar actually, and then I decided to make it a purely electronic track. So it was like. So it's like everything. Oh yeah, fun fact, every song I've ever written that you've ever heard ever was written on an acoustic guitar.
Well, I mean, maybe you can release an acoustic version of it.
I might just, you never know, because it would sound pretty good in acoustic, in my opinion. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
so let's see.
Dude, the song is freaking awesome, man. I mean, dude, it's a hit. I'm telling you, it is a hit.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Dude, I told you since last night, man. I mean, like, this song, it just gets me goosebumps every freaking time, man. I love the melodies, the vocal melodies. Is just very nice. I mean, kudos to you, man. That shows how much dedication you have for this, and you're actually like putting the effort. It's not like half-assed job. And with whatever you're using stock footage, you're not using stock footage. Once you have the professional equipment, I'm sure you can like deliver way more advanced fucking cinematics and stuff that you want. And
the dream is, you should release an acoustic version for. I will. Okay, you know what? I probably will release an acoustic version for.
Yeah, you should, because you can take a different way with it. You know, it should not sound exactly like the original. It's just gonna be different.
I won't, man, because like Submarine's just a very different song.
So, do you want to give a glimpse of how it's gonna sound on acoustic?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right. I shot through heaven and hell for a girl in a dream I can't recall, and dove down fathoms below and above. Submarine into the fall, traverse these nautical miles without kiss or a friend. I navigate the captain of my own boat. Will I sing? Will I swim? Okay. You get the idea.
You get the idea. I love that. So, what you guys think about that? Let us know in your comment section, and the comment section, what you guys think about that. If Adil should release an acoustic version or not. Let's vote. I vote acoustic, please, because it's gonna have a different feel, and I would love to hear it. Please.
I vote no.
Why no? Why you have that?
Because there's always has to be the one guy who says no.
So you need to be that guy. You want to be that guy?
I want to be that guy. I want to be the guy because if you've known me since I was a kid, you'll know that I would like being the one that's annoying.
But why?
Because everyone thinks I'm annoying anyway, so I just give them their money's worth.
Man, let's not waste any more time. We're gonna head it into official music video of Submarine, the one that it's been out for like how long back?
It's been out for a month now almost.
Man, and it's beautiful and still growing, and it is a hit in my eyes. I don't give a shit about any others. It's beautiful. Kudos
so
to you,
much.
man. So
Thank you so
we're
much.
gonna hit it in. This is the official music video of Submarine. You guys enjoy it. We're gonna come back and Adil will give us more insights for the video. Here we go.
Yeah, that's-
I shot through heaven and hell for a girl in a dream I can't recall, and dove down fathoms below in a pearl submarine into the fall. Traversed these nautical miles without guilt or a fin. I navigate the captain of my own boat. Will I sink? Will I swim? In the darkness I can't reach, where sea life ceases to be. The aforementioned grandeur of isolation ain't so sweet. When the air is running out, as is my will to live. So much wickedness for myself, but no divinity to forgive. In the depths of my despair, they lay a sucker chair. The torpedo breached my hull, and I found myself unequipped. One desperately to see where the periscope just cannot reach. The lack of a pulse lays waste to my sonar capabilities. Cat's eyes, sinking slowly. Black light, oh so lonely.
So Adil, tell us. I think I changed the scene way before it finished, so
Yeah.
that's my mistake. But you guys can, you know what? This is better. You guys can go to his YouTube, Woman and Savages, and watch the whole video over there and share it. You know?
Yeah, guys. You gotta listen to the second chorus because that's the best part.
So dude, I was so excited to play this song. I thought it's the ending, so that's my mistake. Please, guys,
That's alright.
don't hate on Adil, hate on me. And I want to give
No,
a shout
if
out
it-
to Mark Legaspi is in the house. Mark, what's up, man? Thank you very much for tuning in. Mark is one of the old school dudes in the scene of Dubai and the whole Pinoy community. Kudos to you, bro. And his show, The Box. Please go to his page on Facebook, The Box. He does like live streams. He interviews Pinoy bands. If you're into Pinoy music, they're like a lot of punk rock, metal, new metal, and hardcore music. Go to his page, The Box, and check it out. And Adil, back to you, man. Tell us, what is this phenomenal music about, man? I love this song.
Submarine is definitely about loneliness. It is about being, because I went to Canada to study for my master's, and like it was the most difficult process to actually get there. I had to gather funds for it. I had to get my visa, and it's virtually impossible to get a visa if you're a 24-year-old brown guy who has to say that I'm coming as a student.
We all have this.
Because I have one of the worst passports. I'm Pakistani. And the fact that it was actually accepted was like such a huge deal for me that I'm pursuing my dreams, right? Like this is what I need to happen. This is the next big step for me in terms of my music. So when all this shit went down and I had to come back, this was a huge, like I was trapped in my cousin's basement. They were so kind enough to like let me stay with them, and they took care of me. So like a big shout out to my cousins, Math and Kama. But like I couldn't leave because of the lockdown, and I was in the basement, and there was this intense loneliness. I was missing, my family, my friends, my girlfriend. And then I just wrote this song. This was the first song I wrote in Canada, Submarine. And it was the third single off of it. And it's one of my favorite songs ever. And I also like released it with a friend, like my cousin's best friend, Faiza, who did an amazing job on this song.
Yeah, man, dude, the whole duo vocals, it just brings out that wow factor in the song, man. I mean, dude, as much as I talk about this song, it's like, I'm just saying less. And Mark is agreeing with me. He's saying it's a nice track. Man, believe me, man, again and again and again, this stuff that you're doing really has the potential to go on the biggest stages of the world, man. And I hope you fucking, I hope your future endeavors fucking lands you over there, man. Because it has super fucking potential in it, man.
Fingers crossed, man. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make it happen. Let's just see how far I can get.
Well, why I'm saying this, it's because, I've been into scene. I mean, Mark is here, and as I said, I played one of my first shows with Mark with my first band ever called Nicotine. I was the bass player, so he knows. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Mark. We've been in the scene for quite a long time, and we understand the ups and downs of the whole thing and how this stuff works. And we never had the privilege of, presenting the stuff that we want in that way. Because why I'm saying this, it was like some incidents that I said the F word on the stage and I got eliminated by the Battle of the Band jury. So, I'm giving you very small detail incidents that this thing doesn't exist. That's why I'm saying that understanding is not there. So with you, because you're trying to take it on a bigger scope, as in like you're trying to, once you move to Canada or to Europe or wherever your future plan and your destination is, I hope you really use these tools, because these tools that you already, like with this minimal tools that you had, you did such an amazing job.
Thank you so much.
Please never let loose. Never, like, just keep going. Just keep going, It's freaking great, man. It's freaking great. As much as, dude, I don't know, man. I just can't stop talking about this Submarine track. It's just so
Thank
good.
you so much.
It's super good, man. I'm not joking. It's like, dude, for me, I don't get attached to a music very easily. Like, there's few artists in the scene that I really dig. It's like, dude, once your thing came out, I'm like, dude, this guy, he will be the next big thing. And I hope you leave that area and you go somewhere that they appreciate this talent. I really do.
Me too, man. But thank you so much for your kind words. They mean the world to me. That's what I want to happen. So let's see what happens.
Here you go. Mark is saying send him the MP3. You're going to play it on his show. Mark
Thank you
does
so much,
this.
Mark.
Mark does this. His show is regarding showcasing like new upcoming talents or like whatever music is there out there. So he just plays the music videos or like the songs and stuff like this. So please contact him after the show and give him your tracks, whatever. Stay in touch with him. Mark is a great dude, man. Thank you very much, Mark, for sticking around and tuning in. And make sure you go to his page, The Box. The guys are amazing. If you like punk rock and, you know, a lot of this heavy ass, like, you know, energetic stuff, so go down to their page and sure, give it a like and share the love. So, Adil, give us more insights. Give me more insights about Submarine. Okay, you wrote it when you were in the basement of your cousin or whatever, man. But what was the drive behind it? What's the message?
It's a song about loneliness, right? And basically it talks about loneliness in a very creative way, because a lot of people try to find what's the right word for it, they try to find or they try to romanticize tragedy, or to try to find the light side of a bad situation. And the thing is, there's nothing but tragedy. There's no fucking romanticism in tragedy. Mm-hmm. And this song tries to subvert from these like really horrible feelings by adding nautical references, like submarine, nautical miles, traverse, shot through heaven and hell. It's adding all these grand elements to it, and like the aforementioned grandeur of isolation, instance when the air is running out. Mm-hmm. There so much wickedness for myself. Like it talks about a lot of human elements, like not being able to forgive yourself, but like hating yourself so much. It's a true insight into the human mind at your worst times. And it's a bittersweet, it's mostly bitter, but it presents the song because of how people romanticize tragedy. It's basically doing that in a song format in an ironic way. So yeah.
Is it mainly about self-isolation? Was that the main thing, as in like you really, or it was the thought process behind it?
It's the thought process. It's about feeling trapped. It's a claustrophobic environment. It's about feeling that there's nobody there for you, that you've only got yourself, and that, you know, it's the idea of stagnating, being stuck in the same place for too long. That's insane. Like, you know, when you don't know where your life is headed, the kind of anxiety, loneliness, and desperation that causes that fucking murders you from the inside, man. And that's why the song was so important, and that's why it needed to come out, and that's why it fucking exists, man. It was my own therapy. See you on the other side, Khan.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Shazia.
Khan is,
thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys, for sticking around. It means the world to us. So, what you think to go through the last bit of the rapid shots, and so we can wrap up the show with it as well? What you think? Let's do the last few.
Let's do it.
So, first one, Tool or Radiohead?
Radiohead, easy.
Really?
Radiohead, yeah, I know you're a bit butthurt right now. I'm joking. But Radiohead is my most favorite band of all time. It's the reason I'm pursuing music, man. And if you listen to any of my songs, any of them at all, it has Radiohead influences. All of them have Radiohead influences. Mm-hmm. That's how much I love the band.
Okay, moving on. This might be an odd choice, but I would love to see your take on it. Pink or Adele?
Adele, but only because we have the same name.
But yours with the I.
Doesn't matter, man. If two people in France meet us, they're gonna say our names the same way. No, one's gonna call us Adil, the other's gonna Adele. Yes.
Okay, moving on. By the way, guys, if anyone is in the comment section, please tell us if we're lagging or there's like some connection issues or not. Please let us know. Moving on, Nirvana or Soundgarden?
Soundgarden. Chris Cornell is one of my most favorite vocalists of all time. Their songs just hit so much deeper. The songwriting is incredible. Nirvana is okay. Like, and it's always been just an okay band for me. Like, I know they're iconic, but that's mainly because Kurt Cobain shot himself and died.
Oh, okay. That's a bad way to put it.
In your opinion, it's bad. That's my opinion. It's
exactly, man. I mean, we are all like, entitled to our opinions. By the way, I want to give another reminder reminder to the guys. First of all, if there's some connection issues or anything, please let us know in the comment section. If not, please join us with your answers in the comment section. And keep in mind, I'm gonna be announcing the winner of the first giveaway. That's a signed copy of Nerve Cell's album Past, Present, Tortured 2017, signed by the man himself, Barney Ribeiro. I'm gonna be posting the winner on the Instagram page of Convos and Chill. So please go down there and follow the page if you want. If you're not, just be there if you want to participate. It's for the local participants only because I cannot manage to do it for the people on the outside. So okay, so we have good stuff. The video is awesome. Okay, thank you very much, Shazia. So yes, stick around. I'm gonna be announcing the winner after the show is done on the Instagram page, Combos and Chill. Sorry to keep you waiting, Adil. So you said Nirvana. Sorry, you said Soundgarden.
I think I upset. I think I upset Mark.
Oh
yeah, I think I upset Mark.
No, Mark.
You know what, Mark? Mark, I had a Nirvana phase. Like I love In Utero. And like songs like Very Ape, Heart Shaped Box,
yeah, the
Rape
classics.
Me, even songs like You're Right, like Aneurysms,
That's one of
like
my
songs from their B-sides. Yeah, you know you're right, Polly. I fucking love Polly.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like when I compare them, they're like fucking Chris Cornell and Soundgarden.
Exactly. Yeah, they're not in the same league. I agree with you.
Exactly. So I think in comparison, I'm just saying that I'm not saying Nirvana is a bad band, not whatsoever. I'm just saying, like, I can't put them on the same, like, threshold as, like, Soundgarden, right?
Exactly. So, let's move on. Next one is composing alone or with people.
I prefer writing songs by myself, I'm going to be very honest.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I know the person and their writing style very well.
So it's you're talking like if you guys are on the same page, basically.
Exactly. Because it's always good to have differing opinions, because then you can sort of fine tune something. But if you have someone who, like, you have a really good idea that you know that works, then someone comes to you with like what you think is a shitty idea and they think is not a good idea, and then you've both refused to budge, then obviously you're like, no, fuck this, I'm not doing this.
Okay. So. Yeah, I mean, it's sometimes you need that, so like, you know, the same page guy, because it's hard. I've been there. I've done my share, and it's hard to work with like more than 4 people that they want to, like, you know, compose something together. It's just quite chaotic. So moving on, next one. Are you a night guy or a day guy?
Night, because I barely get to see the day because I sleep during the day and I'm awake all night. And like the night is the quietest time. Everyone's like asleep, so I get me time and I get to work on my music.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, night, always night. And it's the most fun time because you can go out, you can party, you can get robbed. But now it's like lockdown, so you can only stay inside and work.
And Mark is saying he's just messing with you, man.
No, I know. No, I knew. I didn't say, oh my God, no.
So moving on, do you prefer playing guitar or singing?
Playing guitar, because I write all my songs on the guitar before I start singing. Although these days I am trying to get more into singing because I need to sort of make myself a sort of good singer in order to actually be.
Which you are. Don't underestimate yourself.
Yes, I mean, I need a lot of practice and I'm getting better. But I think I'm finally getting used to liking my voice. So it is a difficult process. So yeah.
Dude, your voice is beautiful. Just keep going. And the last one for this section, then I'm gonna hit you with the last question that I have, and then we're gonna wrap up this show.
Okay.
Every music is nice, or it depends?
Every music is nice. And the thing is, even if I don't like the majority of the genres that exist, that mainly has to do with my upbringing and the kind of music that I was exposed to from an early age, right? Because you're not born with a set mindset for what music you listen to. And so every genre on the fucking planet is listenable, and it could be the best musical genre on the planet for somebody. So it depends. It's a very subjective thing. Obviously, for us, for you, for me, we like different genres of music. But for me, I will always say rock is better than this genre. But in reality, without the bias or the subjectivity, objectivity, blah blah blah. So
And
yeah,
we have Asad
we
Ali Haider here. He's asking, was singing something you picked up later on?
Yes, I did. I played guitar for the majority of my like musical days, and I only started singing when I was like 15 onwards. And I was an awful vocalist for like till I was like 21, 20. So for like 6 years I was really bad. And then only then I started actually practicing my vocals like every day for like an hour or so.
Mm-hmm.
Only then I started being able to hit notes and like reach heights where I couldn't go before, and like, you know, work on my flow and everything. So yeah, no, you can pick up singing at any age, and if you put in the practice, you can be good at just about anything.
Well, I'm sorry, but I won't agree with you because there is some certains of art, the platform art. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but when it comes to singing, not everyone can become a singer.
No, I agree with this. There are a lot of people who can like find a way to sing, but that doesn't necessarily mean they'll make it in the arts as vocalists because they're just okay, right? And you can't get by on being a vocalist. You have to. There's a lot that goes into being a singer, and
Exactly.
a
I
lot
mean,
of
like,
people,
yeah, go on.
like even now, there are a lot of singers, but there's not enough, lot, like vocalist and singer is so different in the fact that a vocalist sings to suit the music, and a singer has music written to accommodate their voice.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people who can sing according to music, but that doesn't mean they're making it in the industry. That just means that they can match notes. Get me?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And
Yes.
right, and I used to be at that level for a long time. The only reason I consider myself a vocalist now is because no one argues with me anymore.
Yeah, man, it's always better that you be by yourself. And Asad Ali Hader is saying, "Wow, that's pretty impressive, dude. I always thought that you were a natural singing, like, singer."
That is very kind of you, Asad, but I was horrible for such a long time that I remember one of my first live gigs was so bad that the only one who clapped was this one girl who was looking around and she said, "What the fuck just happened?" And oh god.
Man, we
But
we all
and
been
e-
there.
and even like and another example would be, you know the Jazz Beats Express, the picture that you used.
Mm-hmm.
I sang so horribly at that gig that my own like grandfather and uncle were saying, "Don't sing again. You can't sing."
Oh man, that's just awful, man.
Exactly. So it is something. She said, "Okay, a friend asked, when are you getting married?" Probably between the age of 69 and never, but we'll see what happens.
69. I love that word. I mean, I love that number.
It's both.
So, you know what? I always ask my guest at the end of the show, what is next for Women and Savages?
We have so much music coming out, man. We have a punk rock song called "Kill" coming out. I have my first ever pop song with Women and Savages called "I Hate Myself" coming out. There is La Bête Noire, which is coming out. Motherfucker is coming out this Friday. La Bête Noire is the final song of the EP, which is a goth rock song. Motherfucker comes out this Friday. Sorry for motherfucker.
That's
Okay,
cool,
yeah.
man. That's cool.
And and there's so much more music coming on. There's another EP that's on the way called Vicious, Wicked, Wonderful. So stay tuned.
So, what's the vision for Women and Savages in the future?
The vision for Women and Savages is we aim to be just one of the best rock bands of all time. So we'll see what happens in regards to that.
So that's the final thing, as in, like, that's how you see it, or what's the other, like, are you gonna work on something that you became, like, you make that vision to become a reality?
Oh, but for now, like, I don't want to give too much away. For now, we're just releasing a lot of content, and we're going to get towards doing a lot of live gigs, and we're going to start working on. Well, the thing is, we haven't released our best music just yet. We're just releasing music that we think is good enough. So when we finally start releasing the music that we've saved up, which is actually what we believe is our best music ever, we'll be really excited for you to hear that.
That's great, man. Adil, thank you very much for joining this show with me. Just for like a final word, where they can find Women and Savages.
You guys can find Women and Savages on SoundCloud, on iTunes. You can join our Facebook page, subscribe to us on YouTube for all of our music videos. We're on Spotify. Follow us, like us there, add us to your playlists. We're on Instagram, Women and Savages. Follow us there. Just like get at us, guys. We have a lot of content coming your way. So like, just come at us, bro. Come at us.
So you guys heard the main guy, the guy from Women and Savages, Adil Azhar Bhatty. Thank you very much for joining me for this session, bro. I had a blast talking to you, and I had a
Same
blast
here, man.
like,
Thank you so much.
dude, thank you very much. I had a blast like digging into the whole information and what was the concept and what was behind the curtains for Women and Savages. And that's great to, it's always good to know that, people do it differently and you're doing it differently. And I wish you all the best in your endeavor. Like, where you're gonna take this, please take it to a bigger scale. I'm sure you're doing the best you can. Just do more. This stuff has potential. Fucking go for it and don't
Thank you so
stop.
much.
So thank you again for joining in. Whoever
Thank you
is
so much for having
watching, thank you very much for tuning in. Please refer our page to your friends. Like the page, share it with your friends and your family, and do all the good stuff for us so we can have more content like this for you guys. And Adil, thank you very much again, and we'll see you
Thank
guys
you so much
soon.
for having me.
Take care, guys. Have a
Take
good
care,
night.
guys.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.